Naja, was hat sie das jetzt erfahren? Wie wird sie darauf reagieren?
After all, we all have known each other for several millennia. Some things between us are implicitly understood.
Whoa! So they were talking in secret code? Oh, Paimon did not see that one coming.
Enough of your intrusions. Where was one up to? Ah, yes. One remembers now.
Das würde mich jetzt interessieren.
The cleansing bell is powered by a mechanical art, and can be used to great effect as an accompanying instrument. After the passing of its creator, it was used on numerous occasions during rites of parting.
Lass mich raten, wir müssen sie finden.
But Streetward Rambler did not acquire it from Rex Lapis for the purpose of producing further funerary tunes. No. Each time she rang it, it was to play the tune that Guizhong composed on it. The two once clashed over their beliefs about the meaning of music. Who would have thought that with Guizhong's passing and Streetward Rambler's mourning, two tunes composed in discord would eventually become one harmonious composition?
Und das ist der geheimnisvolle Seitenklang.
Once upon a time, Streetwood Rambler also loved gatherings, liquor, and music. But after Guizhong passed, she preferred her own company. She could often be found sitting alone at a mountain summit, contemplating and reminiscing with her zither. The music would go from mournful to soothing to impassioned. Many years passed before she finally composed a melody to her satisfaction. In celebration, she played the tune to the clouds. Regrettably, one has only ever heard her play that tune once. Which brings one back to the matter you've been investigating. Perhaps it was during that performance that the ancestor of your Fontaine friend fell into the water and was saved by Streetwood Rambler.
Okay, da habe ich mich falsch gedacht, Eike, nicht wahr?
Ja.
Da er Anfang der der ganzen Entwicklers-Geschichte, wo er gerettet wurde. Da dachte ich zuerst, oh, wäre das vielleicht der Cloud Retainer gewesen?
Cloud Retainer und singen, das ist gut.
Ja, das hat jetzt nicht gepasst. Da war es doch das ist doch jemand anders.
But if she was so happy with the melody, why would she only play it once?
One was also greatly perplexed by this. After suppressing one's curiosity for a long while, one finally approached her and asked why she would retire the tune after having spent so long on it. In response, she said, "Though the strings that played that melody survive, the one who inspired it is gone. Tell me, Cloud Retainer, when the one attuned to my soul is no longer here, who else could hope to understand this tune?"
Aw, poor Madam Ping.
I just remember being taken care of by you when I was young. Once the Archon War came to an end, I stayed behind in Liyue Harbor to honor my contract.
Wird sie dann wahrscheinlich schon Madame P getroffen haben?
Although I met Guizhong a few times, I never knew anything of this particular story.
Guizhong was quite the visionary, but tragically passed before her time. Her manuscripts still lie unfinished in the realm of clouds. Blank pages give one cause for contemplation on what might have been. Had you not decided to search for that mystery Adeptus, perhaps these stories too would have been lost to the sands of time.
Das wäre ja sehr traurig, weil dann könnten wir die Melodie vielleicht nicht nochmal hören.
As of now, you know the truth. That the Adeptus who rescued the drowning man was none other than Streetwood Rambler.
Das haben wir jetzt inzwischen verstanden, ja.
Do you intend to discuss this with her?
Do you mean Ping might find the topic too distressing?
Precisely. The passing of our old friend is a heavy topic that both of us are usually careful to avoid.
If I may be so bold, Cloud Retainer, could it be that this is just your own personal opinion?
Das hat sie überhaupt gar nicht gestört, Eike, oder? Dass sie jetzt vorhin gerade gedroppt hat, dass Zhongli und der Sklapis eine Person sind, oder?
Ja, irgendwie.
Vielleicht wusste sie
Vielleicht
schon.
ist sie eingeschlafen zwischendurch.
Kann sein.
Oh? How so?
I've been in Liyue Harbor for quite a long time now, and I've witnessed many farewells along the way. So I, too, am well acquainted with the pain of the passing of a loved one. But this doesn't bring the city or its people to a standstill. They have to keep moving forward. Someone as perceptive and wise as Ping will surely have come to understand and embrace this.
Moment, wie alt ist denn der Madame Ping denn schon?
Though these immortal mountains have lost an adeptus, the harbor of mortals has gained a wise elder. No loss can ever be undone, but there is always much that can still be gained. Ping has helped countless people, and will guide many others in the years to come. And all to whom she extends a helping hand become her friends. People she can admire flowers and discuss music with. Though it is heartbreaking to lose a kindred spirit, life goes on, because there are new friends waiting for you further down the road.
Aber warum extra die Straße runterschauen? Sie hat sie doch schon bereits.
We even asked Madame Ping what she thought about adding a music festival to this year's lantern rite. When we get back, why don't we just ask her if she'd like to perform? Maybe we can even get her up on stage.
You youngsters and your imaginations.
Why don't you come with us? It's been a long time since you last spoke with Ping, and Liyue Harbor is always decorated so beautifully during the festival period.
Heißt das jetzt, wir sehen Bayonette jetzt wirklich, Eike? Also im Spiel? Ich meine, sie kann ja nicht. Ja, ich meine, sie kann ja nicht in der Form da auftreten. Das würde ein bisschen auffallen.
Is not every lantern rite the same in this regard? Were there ever anything new to discuss? One in Ping could meet any day of the year.
I disagree. Each new day and each new year is different from those that have come before. How long will you simply let them pass you by?
Kannst du es nicht für mich tun? Ja? Okay. Ja gut, wenn man als Gott quasi unsterblich ist, da ist das wahrscheinlich Tag und Stunde, das ist wahrscheinlich nicht weiter wichtig.
Very well. Then one will be off. If the other old fossils have sneaked away into the city to amuse themselves, one shall soon find out.
All right. We should be getting back to the harbor as well. We don't want to keep her waiting. Once the Guili Assembly, now the Guili Plains.
Wo ist denn der Unterschied, Eike? Achso, Ebene war wahrscheinlich das Gebiet gemeint sein und jetzt Städte im Sinne von Gedenkstätte. Ah.
Say, if we planted flowers there and cared for them carefully enough, do you think that one day we'd be able to recreate the sea of glaze lilies?
Ja, wenn die ganzen Schatzjäger hier verschwinden würden und so.
Allow one to take back one's praise from a moment prior. You are still far too given to flights of fancy, child.
Was ist denn jetzt passiert?
What? Cloud Retainer? You were still listening?
One observed that you were making no effort to leave, and returned to chasten and hasten you. This time, one is departing in earnest.
Einfach doch dieselbe Animation nochmal. Ja, kehren wir nach Liyue zurück und sprechen mit Madame Ping. Genau. Also, können die das, Eike, ja? Eike?
Ja.
Können also Adepten sich einfach entscheiden, ich will jetzt kein Gott sein und dann altern sie? Oder ist das nur eine...
Nein.
Ist das nur eine...
Sie ist seit ein paar tausend Jahren, Madame Ping.
Ja, das fällt den Leuten nicht auf.
Die Stadt ist groß, steht schon. Liyue ist nur 10% so groß, wie sie in Wirklichkeit ist. Da leben Millionen Menschen. Und mach mal Eike die Flügel richtig. Das sind sehr furchtbare Flügel.
Das sind die Standardflügel, das stimmt. Das muss ich mal kurz ändern. Packen wir mal welche rein, die zur farblich passen zu sehen. Ich weiß nicht. Findest du, das passt?
Nein, absolut nicht.
Verstehst du?
Von Mami.
Ja, von Mama gespendet. Oder
Nehmen
die?
Die zweiten geht schon.
Welche zweiten? Meinst die? Die Flügel der Kameradschaft?
Man doch. Sehen aus wie für ihn gemacht.
Ja, klein und schmächtig. Aufpasst nicht, dass wir hier auf der Dachkante knallen. Ach schon, da ist sie ja. Können wir ja auch hier noch ein paar Seidenblumen sammeln. Wenn wir schon hier sind. Oh, okay. Ich hätte jetzt erwartet, sie wäre in Menschenform aufgetaucht.
Whoa, Madam Ping and Cloud Retainer?
It appears you made haste after all. One arrived but moments before you.
Oh, bless my soul. To what do I owe the honor? How nice of you all to come and visit me.
Miss Illuminated Bird, haven't you said anything yet?
Kann sie sich ihren Namen nicht merken oder warum sagt sie das?
Said what, precisely? And why should one be tasked with saying it?
Ach komm, Idiot. Nicht wahr, Eike? Stimmt ja, das ist ja Paimons Ding, nicht wahr?
Hm?
Leute Spitznamen zu geben. Nicht
Ja.
wahr? Tone Death Bart. Cow Chocker. Nee, wie hieß nochmal? Bullchecker. Bullchucker und so weiter.
'Cause you're the one who's known Madam Ping the longest.
Street word. Or rather, presumably, you would prefer to be addressed as Ping?
Ach, kannst du so nennen, wie du willst. Ich glaube, die Leute drumherum, die merken das eh nicht.
Oh, Cloud Retainer, you are uncommonly polite today.
Given that Lantern Rite is almost upon us, the weather in the city is most pleasant, and a sweet floral fragrance lingers in the air. Ganyu, please continue from here.
Huh? All right. So, this all started because we were trying to help Mr. Dvorak find the Adeptus who saved his ancestor's life.
Dvorak, genau, so hieß der Typ. Erzählt mal eine Geschichte, die sie noch nicht gehört hat.
Cloud Retainer informed us that the one who played that melody and rescued the drowning man was none other than yourself.
Let me think. Yes, I do believe I recall that encounter. What a long time ago that was. I'm surprised that you still remember it. Even more astonishing, perhaps, is the fact that this story has survived this long at all, when mortal lives are so very brief.
Ja, sagen können sehr lange schon, naja, wie sagt man?
It appears that she has proven herself right once again.
Who's she?
We like to call her Guizhong. From the look in Cloud Retainer's eyes, I sense that she has already told you all about her.
Albeit reluctantly, one might add.
Wo ich jetzt sowas sehe, ich finde, die sehen jetzt gar nicht, ich weiß nicht, die könnten besser sein, Eike, oder?
Ja.
Ihre Augen. Ein bisschen unscharf.
There is no harm done.
Obwohl, vielleicht wollten sie die Texturen der Adepten in dem Fall vielleicht so ein bisschen so, wie heißt das, so wasserfarbenmäßig machen. Weißt schon, so wie bei Okami.
After all, Lantern Rite's very purpose is to commemorate the heroes who gave their lives for Liyue. Although Guizhong did not live to see the splendid sights of today, She was as much a hero as any other.
So how has she proven herself right again exactly?
Once upon a time, she said to me that humans were a weak form of life that she wished to protect with her wisdom. But as she interacted more and more with them, her opinions on them began to change. She marveled at the beautiful complexity of their spirits, the sheer splendor of all they could accomplish through their hard work and intelligence.
Ja, die Menschen entwickeln sich eben weiter.
She told us that to underestimate human potential would be to make a grave mistake. With the smallest amount of guidance, enormous power can be unleashed in them. And a human who has reached their full potential may well be her equal. Someone who could have as much to teach an Adeptus as to learn from them.
Willst du damit sagen, die Menschen könnten eventuell mit Gott gleich sein?
She always had a way with words. That her mechanical accomplishments were judged superior to one's own was, one suspects, in large part due to her sheer eloquence.
Speaking of mechanics, Cloud Retainer, do you still remember that potted plant mechanism? The one that the two of you gave me as a gift?
Of course. Guizhong and one both put an immense amount of effort into that gift. It would be no overstatement to call it a testament to each of our individual technical genius.
As Guizhong once said, it takes every blade of grass and every flower to make a homeland. When I see the sight of Liyue Harbor before us today...
Madame Ping looks very emotional right now.
Naja, schließlich hat sie ja sehr zusammen durchgemacht. Ja, das stimmt.
Of all of us, it was Guizhong who was the fondest of these grand and exciting occasions. If she were still with us, I'm quite sure she would still be trying to best Cloud Retainer's finest works at every opportunity.
Liyue Harbor is always filled with the sound of music at this time of the year. If she were here, one is certain that she would seek you out to discuss and debate the virtues of various melodies.
Oh yeah, music! We've been dying to ask. What was the melody that you played back then?
Stimmt, will sie den jetzt nicht direkt für uns spielen.
Oh, also, with you being such a music expert and all, why don't you join the concert as a performer?
I can make arrangements right away.
Ich wette, sie wird jetzt sagen nein, weil sie das so sehr daran erinnert, an das, was früher gewesen ist.
Oh, as much as I don't wish to dampen your enthusiasm, it's been a long time since I played this zither. My fingers don't have the dexterity they once did. And whenever I play that tune, it always reminds me of her. I start wondering what she would think of the changes I have made to her melody.
Wow, jetzt muss ich aber wirklich mal loben, Eike. Du auch?
Ja.
Die Synchronsprecherin.
Ja.
There was a period of time whenever I started strumming, it almost felt like she was back again. Sitting right there on the stone stool next to me, chatting away. Skybracer and Seagazer too, looking just like they did in the old days. No matter how much time goes by, the moment that melody starts playing, it transports me right back to that time in my memory.
So the past still weighs heavily on your heart?
Oh, I would be lying to myself if I claimed to have completely moved on.
Okay, das passt jetzt nicht wirklich rein, Eike, oder?
Na?
Der Untertitel.
Ja.
Da hat einer nicht ganz aufgepasst.
But that is not to say that grief doesn't get easier with time. Despite the sadness, I have found many things that bring me joy in life. It is simply the nature of the world in which we live that even if one wished to mourn for an eternity, it would be a nigh impossible feat. Just look at this potted plant. Isn't it stunning?
It takes an honest and open mind to confront and conquer grief. You have indeed made progress.
Be that as it may, I shall leave the lantern rite stage to the youth of today.
Well, if you're sure.
Granny!
Hey, Yenfei!
Whoa, what's everyone doing here? Did something bad happen?
Ah, and now we've spooked Yanfei. No, everyone's just here to give me their regards for the holiday.
Oh, that's wonderful, I'm glad! Well, in that case, happy Lantern Rite, everyone!
Ja, alles Gute.
Happy Lantern Rite. Oh, I just remembered that I have some, work to do at Yuehai Pavilion that I need to discuss with Yenfei. I haven't been able to find a chance until now. I will leave Mr. Dvorak in your capable hands. Cloud Retainer, Ping, we will be off for now.
Huh? Does it have to be right now? Which case is this again? Hey, Ganyu!
Hä, was war das denn jetzt gerade?
It seems Ganyu still has much to learn when it comes to the art of deception.
What a pity. She has learned nothing of one's ability to carry a conversation.
Since it's been so long, Cloud Retainer, why don't you stay? I'll make a cup of tea and we can chat a while.
Gladly. This was one's intention as well.
When you next see the Fontaine musician, please give him my regards. I'd like to wish him the very best with the concert.
You got it, Madam Ping.
Thank you all. I think you've listened to enough of my nattering for one day.
Ah, das war eigentlich ganz charmant.
As for that melody, I will play it for you all another time. Goodness knows I need to practice it first.
Wow, that'd be great. We'll look forward to it.
When that time comes, wherever her spirit may be among the countless grains of sand and specks of dust between the harbor and the mountains, perhaps she will look at the Liyue of today and steal a smile when she sees the prosperous land that it has become.
All right, let's go tell Mr. Dvorak the news.
Wow, das war jetzt sehr, wie sagt man, Eike, sehr tiefsinnig oder bewegend.
Ja.
Ping, what say you to convening more often in the future?
That would be quite wonderful. But I must say, after all this time, I've grown quite accustomed to the harbor.
You sound just like Shenhe. The child is constantly telling one all sorts of stories from the city, as if one was partial to them.
Have you ever considered moving to the city, Cloud Retainer? There are plenty of people here to talk to. I think you would find it quite the antidote to the monotony of solitude. And if you looked around, I suspect you would find some young minds with an interest in the mechanical arts. Some of them even worth training.
Wen meinst du wohl damit?
We shall see.